Psychoanalysis is a fascinating area of study that historically has been met with a fair share of skepticism. Yet it's also an area where we've seen some remarkable strides and breakthroughs. Since autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder and manifests in a spectrum of symptoms affecting social interaction, communication and behavior, autistic patients can benefit from psychoanalysis. This method in psychology covers a therapeutic approach developed by Sigmund Freud and seeks to understand the unconscious mind's influence on behavior. How do these two distinctly different areas intersect? Traditionally, there's been skepticism towards applying psychoanalysis to autism. The early belief was that autism was a purely biological condition, unaffected by the subconscious mind. However, this view has been challenged over time. Early pioneers in the field like Francis Tustin and Donald Meltzer dared to venture into the unexplored territory of psychoanalyzing autism. They believed that psychoanalysis could provide valuable insights into the autistic mind and potentially offer therapeutic benefits. These early explorers faced criticism and pushback, yet they persisted. And their persistence paved the way for a new understanding of autism, one that acknowledges the complex interplay between the biological, psychological, and social aspects of the condition. This intersection between autism and psychoanalysis is not just a crossing of paths. It's a convergence of ideas, a meeting point of perspectives, an amalgamation of two distinct disciplines that together can provide a more holistic understanding of the autistic experience. As we delve deeper, we'll uncover how this intersection between autism and psychoanalysis has evolved over time. The history of psychoanalysis for autism is filled with significant milestones. In this short documentary, we will take a journey through time to explore the relation between psychoanalysis and autism. Our journey begins in the early 20th century, where the concept of autism was first introduced. It was Leo Kanner, a psychiatrist, who first identified autism in 1943. However, the concept of psychoanalysis for autism was initially met with skepticism. Early 1900s, much of the field was still developing, and it wasn't until the late 1960s and 70s that the first major shift occurred. Psychologist Bruno Bettelheim popularized the idea of refrigerator mothers, suggesting that cold, distant parenting led to autism. This theory, while later debunked, led to a surge in research and a new focus on the emotional lives of autistic individuals. The next milestone came in the 1980s with the recognition of autism as a spectrum. This new development was a game changer since it broadened our understanding of autism, recognizing it as a range of conditions with varying degrees of severity rather than a single disorder. Our new shift in perspective paved the way for more individualized and tailored therapeutic approaches. In the 1990s, focus shifted once again. This time, the spotlight was on early intervention and the role of parents in therapy. During this period, the groundwork for many of today's therapeutic techniques was laid. The 21st century brought with it a wave of advancements. While neurological sciences developed, autism sciences did too. Psychologists such as Simon Baron-Cohen made significant contributions to our understanding of autism, particularly in areas such as theory of mind and empathy. Now, in the 2020s, we're seeing a growing acceptance of neurodiversity, the idea that neurological differences like autism are simply a part of human variation. This has led to a more inclusive approach to therapy, focusing on understanding and supporting autistic individuals rather than trying to cure them. These are milestones, and these milestones have marked the beginning of a new era in understanding and treating autism. We look to the future, and we remain hopeful for more groundbreaking milestones yet to come. Play, a seemingly simple act, holds profound therapeutic potential for autistic children. Play is a universal language that children use to explore their world, and for children on the autism spectrum, it's a vital tool for communication and connection. At its core, it's about creating a safe and nurturing environment where children can freely express themselves. Therapists use play as a medium to reach out to children, understand their world, and engage them in a way that words often can't. This could be through toys, games, art, music, or even just simple imaginative play. An autistic child might find it challenging to communicate or engage with their surroundings. But in the realm of play, they can interact, express, and connect in their own unique way. It's in these moments of play that therapists can gain valuable insights into the child's thoughts, feelings, and perceptions. Play-based therapy has a wealth of benefits. It fosters social skills, aids in emotional regulation, and boosts cognitive development. It can also help children learn to manage sensory overload, a common issue faced by those on the autism spectrum. By gradually introducing different sensory experiences in a controlled and fun way, play can help children navigate sensory challenges and lessen the occurrence of overwhelming meltdowns. Moreover, play-based therapy can empower children on the autism spectrum, giving them a sense of control and autonomy. It's a space where they can take the lead, make choices, and engage at a pace that suits them. The role of play in psychotherapy is backed by a wealth of research and scientific consensus. Psychologists and researchers have made significant strides in understanding and harnessing the power of play. However, it's crucial to remember that each child is unique, and what works for one might not work for another. Tailoring the therapy to suit each child's individual needs and interests is key to its success. The power of play is remarkable, transforming therapy sessions into a nurturing and engaging environment. So whether it's through a game of make-believe, a creative art project, or a soothing sensory activity, play can open doors to communication, connection, and growth for autistic children. Sensory overload and meltdowns present unique challenges for autistic individuals, but therapeutic solutions are at hand. Since autism is a spectrum disorder, it affects individuals differently. One common experience is sensory overload, where the individual's senses are overwhelmed by environmental stimuli. This could be anything from the hum of a refrigerator to the bustle of a crowded room. When sensory overload becomes too much, it can lead to meltdowns, characterized by loss of control, characterized by intense emotional reactions and physical manifestations like crying or shouting. Therapeutic interventions can help manage these challenges. Cognitive behavioral therapy, for instance, equips individuals with strategies to cope with sensory overload. Techniques include mindfulness exercises to focus attention away from overwhelming stimuli, and self-soothing practices to calm the body and mind. Occupational therapy can also be beneficial. Therapists work with individuals to gradually expose them to different sensory experiences in a controlled environment, helping them build tolerance over time. This approach is often complemented by the creation of a sensory diet, a personalized plan of sensory activities that can help regulate an individual's sensory input throughout the day. There are several other therapeutic options available. Social stories are another therapeutic tool, especially useful for children. These are short narratives that explain social situations and provide guidance on how to respond, which can help individuals prepare for potentially overwhelming experiences. In dealing with meltdowns, a key strategy is prevention. Prevention involves identifying triggers and working to avoid or manage them. During a meltdown, the focus shifts to ensuring the individual's safety and providing comfort once the episode has passed. It's important to remember that these are not one-size-fits-all solutions. Each autistic individual is unique, and what works for one may not work for others. It's about finding the right combination of strategies that suit the individual's needs. The road may be challenging, but with empathy, patience, and the right therapeutic strategies, sensory overload and meltdowns can be navigated successfully. Recent breakthroughs in medicine include CRISPR, directed evolution, and the use of organoids to develop mini-brains in the laboratory. Scientists, psychologists, and researchers worldwide have been diligently exploring the mysteries of autism. Their efforts have led to the development of unique therapeutic methods and strategies, such as applied behavior analysis, cognitive behavior therapy, and the promising use of play as a therapeutic tool. These advancements have not only enhanced the treatment options available for those living with autism, but they have also shifted our perception of autism from a debilitating condition to a unique spectrum of human experience. We made significant strides in understanding the sensory experiences of those on the autism spectrum. Our research has shed light on sensory overload and meltdowns that are often associated with autism. Our new understanding has paved the way for therapeutic solutions that help manage these issues, making the world a more accessible place for those with autism. In recent years, the emphasis has also been on developing individualized therapy plans that cater to the unique needs of each person on the autism spectrum. The understanding that autism is not a one-size-fits-all condition, but a spectrum of experiences, has been a game changer in therapy design. Moreover, the scientific community's work extends beyond the lab and the therapy room. They, alongside parents, play a crucial role in advocating for the rights and inclusion of those on the autism spectrum, challenging societal misconceptions and raising awareness about the realities of living with autism. As we look to the future, we can anticipate our relentless pursuit of knowledge will continue to bring hope and progress. The journey is far from over, and each new discovery brings us one step closer to a world where everyone on the autism spectrum can thrive and reach their full potential. Autism is a spectrum, a concept that can be challenging to comprehend. Imagine a rainbow, every color transitioning smoothly into the next, no sharp boundaries, no identical shades. Similarly, the autism spectrum represents a range of neurodevelopmental differences, each individual possessing unique strengths, weaknesses, skills, and challenges. The term spectrum reflects the wide variation in challenges and strengths possessed by each person with autism. It's not a linear scale from less severe to more severe. Instead, it's a complex profile of competencies and difficulties that differ from person to person. Living on the autism spectrum, contrary to some misconceptions, is entirely sustainable. Many individuals on the spectrum lead fulfilling lives, contributing to society in various ways. They can be artists, scientists, writers, or any profession they choose, provided they receive the right support and understanding. With the right interventions, therapies, and environmental adaptations, individuals on the spectrum can navigate the world more comfortably. This might involve speech and language therapy, social skills training, and cognitive behavioral therapy. It's about appreciating the unique perspectives that individuals on the spectrum bring to our world, and it's about recognizing their potential and providing opportunities for autists to thrive. Autism is not a disease to be cured, but a difference to be understood and respected. Since every person on the spectrum has their unique way of interacting with the world, they may have unique ways of learning, problem solving, and simply being. In essence, understanding the autism spectrum is not just about knowing the clinical aspects. It's about acknowledging the human aspect, affirming individuality, and learning from the lived experiences of those on the spectrum. It's about seeing beyond the label and recognizing the individual. Understanding the autism spectrum is the first step towards fostering an inclusive and empathetic environment. It's the first step towards a world where everyone, regardless of their neurological makeup, is valued for who they are. Psychotherapy is continuously evolving, and with new trends emerging, new therapeutic options emerge. One such trend is the increased focus on personalized therapies, recognizing that each autistic individual has unique experiences and needs. This approach tailors treatment strategies to the individual, rather than adhering strictly to a one-size-fits-all model. Another significant trend is the integration of technology into therapy. From virtual reality to therapeutic apps, technology is being harnessed to offer innovative solutions. These tools can help autistic individuals practice social skills, manage anxiety, and work on other areas of development in a safe and controlled environment. There's also a growing emphasis on early intervention. Research shows that starting therapy at a young age can have a profound impact on an autistic child's development. Every parent wants the best for their child. There's a shift towards identifying and addressing signs of autism in early childhood, and such shift makes sense. Mindfulness and meditation practices are also gaining traction in autism psychotherapy. These techniques can help manage sensory overload and meltdowns. By teaching autistic individuals how to focus their attention and regulate their emotions, they can better navigate their sensory experiences. Incorporating physical activities into therapy is often a good basis. Whether it's through yoga, dance, or other forms of movement, the individualistic approach recognizes the connection between the body and mind. By engaging in physical activities, autistic individuals can improve their motor skills, reduce anxiety, and enhance their overall well-being. These trends reflect the dynamic nature of psychotherapy and its adaptability to the unique needs of autistic individuals. The future of psychoanalysis and autism holds immense potential. As we delve deeper into the understanding of the human mind and its complexities, we're uncovering promising avenues for advancements in treating autism. In the coming years, we anticipate a surge in the development of individualized therapy plans. These will be tailored to the unique needs of each autistic individual, factoring in their specific strengths, interests, and challenges. This personalized approach will allow for a more effective and engaging therapy experience. Moreover, the integration of technology in psychoanalysis is on the rise. Virtual reality, for instance, could be used to create controlled environments for autistic individuals to navigate and learn from, without the sensory overload-related issues that often accompanies real-world experiences. We're witnessing a shift towards a more holistic approach in treating autism. This involves not just psychoanalysis, but also occupational therapy, speech therapy, and social skills training. By addressing all aspects of a person's life, we can aim for a more comprehensive improvement in their quality of life. The increasing recognition of neurodiversity is paving the way for therapies that focus on empowerment and acceptance, rather than curing or fixing. Our shift in perspective is fostering a more inclusive society, where autistic individuals are valued for their unique contributions. Exploring the genetic and environmental factors influencing autism will inevitably lead to early interventions, minimizing the impact of autism on a person's life. Greater collaboration between psychoanalysts, scientists, educators, and families is desired. Such a multidisciplinary approach can lead to more impactful and sustainable solutions. The future is bright and full of potential for the field of psychoanalysis and neurology. The ongoing advancements in research are testament to the tireless efforts of the scientific community and the resilience of autistic individuals and their families. As we continue to learn, grow, and adapt, the future of psychoanalysis and autism therapy looks promising. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the history of psychoanalysis for autism to the potential future developments. We've delved into the significant role that play holds in psychotherapy for autistic children, using it as a tool to engage them with their surroundings in a more meaningful way. We've shed light on the challenges faced by those on the autism spectrum, such as sensory overload and meltdowns, and explored the therapeutic solutions available for these issues. Moreover, we've touched upon the scientific community's relentless efforts to understand and cater to autism better. We've also shed light on the nature of the autism spectrum, explaining why it's called a spectrum and how living on it is entirely sustainable. But our exploration doesn't have to end here. I encourage you to delve deeper into these topics. Visit peterdeseuster.uk, where you'll find a wealth of scientific articles on autism and psychology. These articles offer advanced and extended information on the topics we've discussed today and even more. Keep in mind that knowledge is the first step towards understanding. It allows us to empathize more effectively with those on the autism spectrum, and that empathy can make a world of difference. So continue to learn, continue to understand, and continue to empathize. Remember, understanding and empathy can make a world of difference for those on the autism spectrum. Thank you for joining us on this journey of exploration and learning.